Going to jump right in. I am going to be sharing about mindful communication. This is something I teach people. This is something I have written extensively on through my more than 2.5 decade journey of going inward, being a seeker, finding myself, finding a way to have a deeper experience in this incarnation. That's what I find that many people struggle with. They just cannot make sense of all of the struggles and how to let go of things, how to forgive, how to reconcile old hurts and wounds. And that's a lot of what we're going to be sharing here. It is all about being your most awesome you, living your most awesome life, and doing it dynamically, connecting deeply, bringing mindful awareness to each and every exchange. This is where we begin to go deeper in life. So today I want to share the first part of my book. Okay, so we're going to be talking about the very first step to communicating mindfully and connecting deeply. And that step, a lot of people struggle with this, but trust me, I promise this is very real. That first step to connecting more deeply, more powerfully, that is listening. This is truly the number one step to having that deeper experience, connection, and having greater awareness moment to moment and being able to bring the moment alive, bring it fully into existence with all of your senses, all of your awareness, all of your empathy, and all of your compassion. That is mindful communication. So, Dr. M. Scott Peck, who famously wrote The Road Less Traveled, he says, quote, "You cannot truly listen to anyone and do anything else at the same time." End quote. So it's true. Listening is the means to going deeper. And the reason it's one of the most important and most often neglected aspects of powerful communication is because people believe that communication is about speaking. It's about doing all the sharing and all the talking, but it's not. Communication is a two-way street. And it's a back and forth. But if you're not truly listening, it doesn't really mean much. There isn't a lot of substance to that connection if you're not bringing all of you, all of your awareness, that higher self. So connection only happens when we listen from the heart. There is no way to speak powerfully to someone if you haven't fully heard what the other person is saying. Listening is so important. I cannot stress this enough. And I promise you, just implementing this one step alone is the game changer. It truly, truly is. So it just changes the whole dynamic when you begin to listen and allow people, loved ones, family, friends, colleagues, your boss. It doesn't matter. But when you allow people to share at length, something begins to happen within that connection and that bond. People want to share. We all want to share. And when we allow that, we are honored in that allowing, because people see that we sincerely care enough to listen and allow them to share at length. When we get this, I promise you, this is the game changer. Okay? So, without listening, we can't have mastery in communication. We need to hear not only with our ears, but we need to use our heart, our awareness, our empathy, every aspect of our being to allow a deeper connection to unfold. When we allow this, we begin to see people. We begin to learn things about them we didn't know before. They are able to be more vulnerable because they can share more intimately. And we ultimately, as a result of this, end up having greater empathy and greater compassion for them. And we see them in a less judgmental way. This is what happens. And I assure you, starting here with this first step, just learning to listen better, understanding the importance of it and applying it moving forward to all of your interactions will be transformative. Totally will transform everything. We need to listen so we can better understand what is being communicated to us. How can we possibly respond fully if we haven't fully heard the other person, right? So if someone's sharing something about a painful experience, an event, or where they are in life, we cannot respond powerfully to them. We cannot help them. We cannot be there for them in powerful ways without allowing and creating a safe space, cultivating safety, having the awareness to allow that, to get that this is what this person needs in this moment. They need our compassion. They need our empathy. They need us to show up for them selflessly in this moment. And that is the power and the beauty of learning to listen, okay? And, listening is so many different things. It's a form of relationship building, it's connection building, and it's community building. And, another thing, famed therapist Scott Peck said about building community, quote, "They listen and understand, respect each other's gifts, accept each other's limitations, celebrate their differences, bind each other's wounds, and commit to a struggle together rather than against each other." End quote. That's really powerful. So essentially here, what we're understanding by listening is that we're showing up without an agenda. We're showing up as a compassionate, empowered human being who understands the power of connection building, community building, of just being there in total presence for someone. It's through the art of listening that people become less guarded and less closed off. And they allow us to hear what they feel or think that is inspiring their words. When we listen fully, intently, others begin to feel safe in sharing. And when we allow people to speak freely at will and at length, they begin to feel honored and loved and will share more of their heart and soul. And when we honor others by listening compassionately, we truly begin to understand people. And this is the beauty and magic of listening. And I have so much more on this. We are just beginning to scratch the surface here. And we're going to dig deeper. We're going to dive deeper into mindfulness, mindful communication, mindful connection, and just mindfulness as a way of living. Not just in meditation, not just being present in a state of presence, but bringing that mindfulness to every encounter, to every moment, waking up to everything, all the beauty and magic all around us at all times, That is the power of mindfulness. We begin to lead a more inspired life. This is the beauty and power of mindfulness. And I can't wait to just break this down more and more for you as we go along. So again, this is going to be a short one, a quick one. It's the first one. It's a little bit of an intro here, but I thank you so much for listening. I thank you so much for being here and joining me and learning powerful ways for us all to go deeper and have a more beautiful, profound life that has just so much more meaning and depth to it. That's truly why we are here. We are here to be our most awesome selves.